Hi, I'm Todd, and in 2018 I created the Liquidrum practice journal, along with graphic designer Andy Anzollitto and typeface designer Jordan Bell. Now that I've had about 6 months to work with the journal and use it on my own, I wanted to do a video to take you guys through that process so that you can get the most out of your Liquidrum practice journal. The journal comprises 7 sections, and each section is meant to complement the others. The 7 sections are important dates, planning, assignments, practice and work, tallies, notes, and music. Put them all together, and they're more powerful than any section is individually. Kind of like Voltron. The first section, important dates, forecast milestone events over the course of the year, including key auditions, recitals, concerts, and more. This one's pretty straightforward. If I look back to my fall dates, November 4th, pre-PASIC, Baylor Percussion Group concert, November 16th, PASIC, Baylor Percussion Group concert, and December 21st, my dad's retirement. There's plenty of date slots in the important dates section, so if you have a particularly busy year, you're still good to go. The next section is planning. Set goals and define strategic objectives that help guarantee success, including short, mid, and long-term aspirations. Let's take a look at one of my fall 2018 goals. Goal set date, September 5th. The goal, establish Todd Talks, a new offering focused on career and professional development, coachings, and advanced online lessons. Under the goal, we have a space to write in actionable objectives. These are the steps that will help you achieve the goal. Mine were, define the nature of each offering, including cost, develop a marketing strategy, starting with a video, and design a new landing page for captures. My set goal completion date, 9/17/2018. My actual launch date was September 20th. I set and achieved that goal. My 2 other goals included writing a snare drum etude book and posting bi-weekly blogs on the Liquidrum website. I didn't do either of those. Fail. Assignments. Nuts and bolts detailed to-do lists for the practice room or workstation that are either self-generated, scripted out by a teacher, or both. I really turned my assignment section into weekly to-do lists. These are the things that had to get done in any given week. If we take a quick look at September 24th, my big to-dos were PASIC logistics, load reports, Mallet Lab judging, and Todd Talks. Checked off each one of those. There are 4 pages of assignments, and there's enough assignment slots here to last you the whole year. Practice and work. The meat and potatoes of the journal. Chart multiple practice and work sessions throughout the day, including your practice plan, what was actually practiced, and reflection. This is where most people will spend the vast majority of their time. We can see that we have 3 practice and work blocks per each page, and there's 71 of these pages in the journal. We'll take an example here from August 6, 2018 to show you how this might be used. I'm defining the times that I know that I'm going to engage in my practice or work. On August 6th, I had a half-hour morning session, and I had about 2 hours in the afternoon, broken up for various things. My to-dos are listed here. My morning session was dedicated to social media. One of my afternoon sessions was dedicated to a solo multi-percussion piece. I followed that up with some order fulfillment and then some teaching. The material or work actually done is listed in the final column. For my social media work, I created a sponsored ad for Facebook. My multi-percussion piece, I worked on pages 2 through 4, hands only. For my fulfillment, I put together 4 orders for Liquidrum, and for my teaching, I taught an outside non-Baylor lesson. And at the end of this day, I can go back and have some reflection. My reflection for August 6th was, decent mix of activity today, need more practice time, but feels good hitting all targets. And by going back and reflecting, I can then make a plan for the next day. All of these things, of course, are funneled down from our weekly assignments and ultimately from our bigger goals listed earlier in the journal. Tallies. Get a bird's eye view of your weekly practice and work productivity by inputting time totals in several different categories of your choosing. I'm a big fan of this section because I really like to see my hourly allotment towards the various things that I'm working on. This is not just about totaling hours. and seeing how many hours we can put into things. This is about figuring out how we carve up our work and how much time we're dedicating to the various things that we have to get done. And based on those time totals, we can start to see what the results are. Do I need to put more time into this or this? 8 hours got me this far in this piece, and really it probably deserves 12. I spent 20 hours doing administrative work and half an hour doing practice. That's probably a little bit out of whack. This gives us an opportunity to really see those things in motion. If we take a look at my Tallies block from August 20th, we can see the week as it plays out. Baylor admin, just about 5 hours. Part assignments for large ensembles, 2 hours. PASIC prep, 2.5 hours. Fulfilling orders, 2 hours. Working on NEMI, 1 hour. And Liquidrum social media, 2 hours. For a total of 14.25 practice and work hours. After that, I can go back, think about what I've done, look at what I've done, and write down some thoughts and perhaps some goals for the next week. My thoughts from August 20th. First week of school and too many plates spinning. Need to avoid busyness at all costs. Be intentional and deliberate. Make sure practice, creativity, and art is always at the center of the week's activities. I could see from my totals here that I spent probably far too much work doing the office stuff and far too little work actually playing my instrument. As I go through from week to week, I can see how this might change. I even got to a point where I was jotting down percentages so that I could see very clearly where I was putting my time and where perhaps I needed to put my time going forward. Notes: free space to brainstorm ideas, doodle, and give voice to your dreams. People will use this section in a lot of different ways, and I did too. For some of the time, I would use it as daily to-do lists. So taking from my weekly assignment list, I would write down at the beginning of the day, okay, these are the things that must happen today. So if I look randomly at, say, August 22nd, that was a Wednesday, and on that day I needed to launch Kitazumi, the video I recorded. I needed to announce a horn search. I needed to prepare for Princeton. I needed to do something that I can't read, part assignments, studio class, and fulfillment. And I could see on that day, as I went through, I was able to check off or cross through a number of those things, though apparently not all of them. Things I didn't get done that day, I can then just slide down to the next day if I needed that to-do list. But the notes section can be used for other things as well. Towards the end of my notes section, I initially jotted down my idea for Todd Talks here. So before it hit the planning stage, and before I actually made a goal out of it, I needed to get down some thoughts. So I put these down under Liquidrum Ideas Master List 2018-2019. I have my Todd Talks here. I also have my artist roster idea. These are places where I can always refer to when I think, what's the next thing up? What's the next goal that needs to be planned? Where am I heading next? And the final section is music. Here you can flesh out musical ideas, compositional sketches, licks, etc. Now, I didn't use this section as much as I probably should in the fall. Really, all I did is write the lyrics for a new song I'm composing called Intrepid Potato. Hopefully I'll bring that to you guys in the near future. Plenty of pages here of staff paper where you can jot down whatever ideas you have, perhaps work on theory homework, or perhaps work out a problem that you've been having in a particular piece. And there you have it, how I use the Liquidrum practice journal. We're really trying to get as many of these out into the world as possible. This is not just for percussionists or drummers. This is for any and all musicians. And the hope is we can be more efficient and more productive with our practice. Where can you get it? Well, thought you'd never ask. Liquidrum.com, exclusively. Hit us up and let me know if you have any questions about the journal or about anything else having to do with music or life.